Yo, what's going on, guys? It's J-Mass, and this is episode 6 of my series where I'll be visiting and exploring every single Trustees of Reservations property here in Massachusetts. Now, if you haven't already seen episodes 1 through 5, definitely go check those ones out. I had a lot of fun filming those episodes, and if I'm being honest, this Trustees of Reservations series might just be my favorite series on the channel thus far. I've really had a lot of fun doing this. But today, for episode 6, we're going to be checking out a brand new Trustees of Reservations property, that being Tyringham Cobble, located in the beautiful Berkshires region of Massachusetts, in the town of Tyringham, Massachusetts. So why don't we get started and explore Tyringham Cobble here in Tyringham, Massachusetts. You can already see right here, looking pretty. So let's get started and see what Tyringham Cobble has in store. In the middle of a rural valley, surrounded by rolling hills and mountains, a hidden gem awaits you. As you drive off Main Road and onto the smaller Jerusalem Road, you'll notice a small dirt parking lot directly in front of a scenic meadow framed by beautiful tree-covered mountains. At the entrance, the iconic light blue Trustees of Reservations sign can be seen, welcoming you to the lovely Tyringham Cobble. This trustee's property is situated within the namesake town of Tyringham, Massachusetts, a small, rural community nestled within the Berkshires, a mountainous region in western Massachusetts. At 206 acres in size, Tyringham Cobble is a naturally stunning destination, offering scenic vistas of the surrounding mountains and valley, and rugged yet rewarding hiking trails that snake throughout the hilly woods. The story of Tyringham Cobble begins nearly 500 million years ago, when older layers of rock were pushed up over younger layers of rock through heavy tectonic force. This geological process, known as a thrust fault, occurs when a tectonic collision breaks the Earth's crust, forcing older rock up above younger rock. In the case of Tyringham Cobble, the summit is composed of rock from the Mesoproterozoic era, known as Tyringham gneiss, while the base is composed of rock from the Ordovician period, primarily marble. This paradoxical anomaly has compelled geologists for years, and marked the hill as one of the largest Precambrian geological sites in Massachusetts, resulting in a wide array of studies and surveys. Fittingly, the name of the property, Tyringham Cobble, comes from the original name of the formation, which was known as Cobble Hill as far back as the late 1700s. The term cobble derives from the Middle High German word Cobble, which refers to a small rounded or rocky hill. Like most of New England throughout the 18th and 19th centuries, Cobble Hill was completely cleared of trees, used primarily for agricultural purposes. Large swaths of grazing pasture and farmland spanned the treeless hillsides, marked only by endless stone walls, serving as boundary markers and fences for livestock and crops. In 1792, a small Shaker community was founded in Tyringham, situated along Jerusalem Road, which today provides access to the parking lot and trailhead for Tyringham Cobble. If you're unfamiliar, Shakers are a small sect of Protestant Christians, formerly known as the United Society of Believers in Christ's Second Appearing. Shakers are known for their egalitarian values, living communal lifestyles, and preaching pacifism and celibacy, the latter of which has resulted in a drastic reduction of Shakers today. They also value hard work and labor, well known for farming and furniture making. The Shaker community in Tyringham began farming at Cobble Hill, herding cattle and sheep along the hilly pastures. By the 1840s, the Shakers owned 2,000 acres of farmland in the town, which included all of Tyringham Cobble. By the 1870s, many Shakers began leaving their Tyringham settlement for other nearby farming opportunities, drastically reducing the community's size. By 1885, the Shakers had all but given up their farmland, although other local farmers continued to use the land for livestock grazing. In the 1930s, a proposal was made to build a ski run on the hill, drawing the ire of local conservationist Olivia Cutting James. Wanting to stop the proposed ski area from coming to fruition, Olivia and her friends formed a conservation group known as the Cobblers, with the express purpose of saving Tyringham Cobble from development and environmental degradation. Thus, the Cobblers, under Olivia's leadership, each individually purchased 7 parcels that made up Tyringham Cobble and its surrounding land, keeping it safe and preserved. Following her death in 1963, Olivia Cutting James left her parcels to the Trustees of Reservations through her will, and expressed the hope that the remaining cobblers would do the same. The others soon followed, and eventually, all 206 acres of Tyringham Cobble were donated to the trustees. Today, this property is open to the public as a stunning geological wonder, consisting of 2 hilly knobs covered in dense woodlands, and bordered by lush meadows blooming with wildflowers and tall grasses. Over 2 miles of trails wind along the property, taking hikers throughout the varied, rugged terrain, offering stunning views of the surrounding Tyringham Valley and distant mountains of the Berkshires. The major highlight of Tyringham Cobble is the 2-mile-long Cobble Loop trail, which begins directly at the parking lot entrance. As you start walking down the trail, you'll be brought through a vibrant grassy meadow teeming with life, while Cobble Hill looms before you. Various wildflowers can be found alongside this field, particularly these bright yellow goldenrod that perk up from the tall grasses, appearing as a sea of gold flecks. All the while, you'll hear the chirping of crickets, the buzzing of bees, and maybe even see hawks or falcons fly overhead. There are several sections of Tyringham Cobble quite like this, where you'll wander through the grassy fields, admiring beautiful mountainous vistas and open pasture. All along the base of Cobble Hill, these vast meadows open up into the valley, and the higher vantage points offer unparalleled panoramic views of the surrounding natural beauty. Eventually, Cobble Loop will bring you deeper into the woods as you work your way up the hillside. While this narrow dirt trail is by no means difficult, there are some strenuous vertical inclines that may be challenging for some, especially as you traverse across rocky and rooty staircases, bringing you up and down the rugged, hilly slopes. All the while, trees will tower above you, while ancient boulders and rocks lay idle in the woods just beyond. Interestingly, a portion of Cobble Loop's western edge collides with the famous Appalachian Trail, the world's longest hiking-only trail. As you hop onto the Appalachian Trail, also known as the AT, you're bound to encounter a variety of thru-hikers and backpackers barreling up and down the hillsides, working their way through the Berkshires. While I was visiting, I met several hikers on the AT who had been hiking for weeks, even months, one of whom started all the way down at the trail's southern terminus in Georgia. These hikers came from all over the country, and it was a fun experience meeting them. The intense and iconic culture of the AT can be felt here, even if you're just a day hiker looking to explore the confines of the trustees' trails on the property. Tyringham Cobble is home to a plethora of beautiful flora and fauna, and you're bound to stumble across some stunning natural sights. A wide array of tree species can be found, like birch, oak, hemlock, and sumac, while vibrant green ferns and various bushes cling to the rich forest floor. One of the most beautiful wildflowers I stumbled upon were these Gloriosa daisies, a dazzling cultivar of black-eyed Susans. I was captivated by the vivid red, yellow, and orange petals as they stood out against the greenery. Another highlight were the many berries I discovered dangling from the sides of trailside bushes. These are actually wild blackberries and raspberries, completely edible. And yes, I made sure to grab a few myself and eat them. They were very sweet and tasty. However, the most common natural sight along the way were the many mushrooms I found dotting the forest floor. These fungi came in all shapes and sizes. Some were small, some were massive, some clung to trees, and others sprouted out from under logs and rocks. I have never seen as many varieties of mushrooms as I have along the Cobble Loop, and if you're a fan of mushroom hunting, then you absolutely need to give this trail a visit. During your hike, you'll encounter many scenic vistas, overlooking the picturesque Tyringham Valley and Berkshires region. Some of these viewpoints offer benches and picnic tables for hikers, making them a perfect spot to stop, take a seat, and admire the unparalleled views. At others, you'll be walking along grassy fields and meadows as the valley beyond you stretches out, almost unfathomably large in size and scale. To say this place is beautiful would be an understatement. One of the most iconic landmarks at Tyringham Cobble is this strange rocky outcrop, informally known as Rabbit Rock for its strange rabbit-like appearance. This monolith is made out of sandstone, jutting out from the ground as it towers above the edge of the trail, as if it were a rabbit peering out at the nearby mountains. I would argue that Rabbit Rock is the most quintessential symbol of the property, and a must-see during your hike. As I made my stop at this strange sandstone anomaly, walking around it and even climbing up on top of it, I couldn't help but wonder how it got there or how it was formed. In a geologically diverse property like this, Rabbit Rock is yet another interesting sight, and one that truly demands your attention. Aside from Cobble Loop, there is a much shorter offshoot trail known as the Pavilion Trail, which is only 0.2 miles long. The Pavilion Trail takes you through even more picturesque meadows, although the grasses and flowers will grow progressively taller here, eventually dwarfing you in size as you walk in between them. It was also along the Pavilion Trail where I saw the most blackberries and raspberries, truly a treat for me. At the end of the trail, you'll approach a small bridge that crosses over the rushing waters of Hop Brook, with a small but scenic cascade visible further downstream. At the end of the bridge, you'll notice the Terrence F. Curtin Pavilion, which is often used for local events and engagements. Although the pavilion was empty during my visit, it was still a fun spot to walk around and see. Beside the pavilion, you'll catch a glimpse of the small Tyringham Fire Department, with the so-called Tyringham tanker parked out front. Overall, Tyringham Cobble is a stunning and majestic property, perfectly encapsulating the natural serenity and beauty of the Berkshires. This may just be one of the most scenic properties in the Trustees catalog, although there are many contenders. Parking at Tyringham Cobble is typically effortless, as there is a decent-sized dirt lot directly off Jerusalem Road, able to fit well over a dozen or more cars. Just keep in mind that during the summer months it can fill up. Of course, dogs are allowed as long as they're leashed. I saw one dog frolicking along the meadows, which was a cute sight. While there are many gorgeous natural wonders and landmarks throughout the Berkshires, and even in the small town of Tyringham alone, I truly believe that Tyringham Cobble is worth a visit, as this property stands out for its unique geology, its lush foliage, and its sweeping mountainous views. Whether you're just stopping by for a rewarding day hike, or you're passing through on a strenuous Appalachian Trail mission, I guarantee that you'll fall in love with the unmatched beauty of this Trustees property. Hey, thank you guys for joining me. I've been J-Mass as always, and this has been episode 6 of my series where I'll be visiting and exploring every single Trustees of Reservations property here in Massachusetts. And for episode 6, we explored Tyringham Cobble, located in the beautiful small town of Tyringham, Massachusetts. I absolutely love it here. This is maybe the 3rd or 4th time I visited. It's a truly beautiful property, very mountainous. In fact, we're right in the middle of the Berkshire mountain range, so you saw the rolling hills as we were walking along. So many wildflowers, especially in the meadows like these. And of course, walking alongside the Appalachian Trail truly was a treat. In fact, I met a lot of Appalachian Trail hikers as I was going along. So if you ever find yourself here in the Berkshires region of Massachusetts, especially in the small town of Tyringham, definitely give Tyringham Cobble a visit. I absolutely love it. And yeah, guys, that was episode 6 of this series. If you want to see what I have in store for episode 7 of my Trustees of Reservations series, well, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. I don't know where I'm going to end up yet, but I'm excited to see, and I hope you are too. I do want to give a major shout out to all of my channel members. You can see them all right here. You guys are awesome. And I'd love it if you too, viewer of this video, considered becoming a channel member as well. You'd be supporting me and the channel directly, and I truly appreciate it. Or you can follow me on Instagram at JMassOfficial. That's at JMassOfficial. But yeah, guys, I've been J-Mass as always. Trustees of Reservations, Tyringham Cobble, Tyringham, Massachusetts. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.